The year is 2020. As the old financial empires collapsed and crypto drowned in noise and false prophets, one man lost everything. And in that loss, he was called. Through the wreckage of his own failure and the precision of his charts, a higher force revealed what others could not see and entrusted him with a mission to guide others through the chaos he barely survived. They call him Sacred Prophet. And now, the revelation is yours to claim.
Welcome, everyone, to Sunday Fuel for December 14th, 2025. I'm your humble host, Tom Sacred Prophet Hartman, joined as ever by my plucky sidekick, Peter Bad Guru Hartman. Sunday Fuel is the #1 podcast for Expedition 33, Clair Obscur, the video game sweeping the nation.
What? What is this? What game is this?
It's Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. It's this turn-based sort of RPG game that won all the awards at game the game show award. Shit, what's it called? Jeff Keighley's show.
I don't know this game at all.
The Game Awards. Well, it won the most amount of awards than any other game has won, more than God of War, more than Last of Us 2. And so, wow. And since the video game industry is bigger than the music, book, and movie and TV industries put together, you should know about it. You're dressed like a poor man's Marty McFly, so maybe all you care about is like movies or whatever.
I got my Bitcoin orange. This is what I'm wearing, my Bitcoin orange.
Oh, that's supposed to be orange? I thought you were being Republican red there. It looks really red to me.
Oh, no, it's orange.
Well, because this is what Erica Kirk wore on the CBS interview with Barry Weiss. Just full red. So I figured you're just doing an homage to that.
Wow, she went hard against Candace, huh? I mean, never said her name, but oh boy, Candace Owens.
If you hate Jews, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. All right, so we got Jews, we got Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk, we got Expedition 33.
January 6th was an inside job.
That's right. Arc Raiders is one of the best games ever there. So the algorithm doesn't know who to serve us to, so it'll serve us to everybody.
I don't think that's the way it works.
Hack here. That's how we hack the system.
That's how we hack it.
And you come for the conspiracy theories. You stay for the magical ways of making money.
Tucker Carlson was on. Talking about magical. Talk about magical ways of making money. Have you been seeing these polymarket bots?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta dive into this. I mean, we can't miss the boat on this. I mean, this is alpha.
I know.
Is it difficult? Can't we just get Claude Code to spin up a bot?
I don't know. I think so. The API is pretty clear for Polymarket, and I've built some small things for Polymarket for myself just to see, are there markets that I'm not paying attention to that have big swings or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally interested in doing it, but
Tom,
our time is
very
limited.
Yeah, I do get that. I might try my hand at it, but from what I'm hearing, so what I saw on X is that someone identified. So there are employees who work at OpenAI, for example, who are betting on when their models are going to come out, and they know when it's going to come out, so their success rate is 100%. People are making 80,000. I saw someone made on when GPT 5.2 was going to be released, and so someone was snooping around and figured out like which account was probably an OpenAI employee, and there's probably many others. So I mean, I'm going to
exactly the same as options in the option space, when people know they could place bets and whatever. 2 weeks before 9/11, you can get a lot of alpha there if you know some information behind the scenes in order to make money that way. And also for like SPACs, special purpose acquisition, they're types of assets that trade on the stock market. The Chamath Palihapitiya, they put these things out knowing they're pumping and dumping in the market, or in meme coins. And so if you track, hey, these are the 30F filings, these are the crypto whale accounts, these are the Polymarket accounts or whatever that know something, well, then you can trade with Eric Trump on when Bitcoin's going to go up or down, that sort of thing.
First, how dare you throw shade on Chamath Palihapitiya? He's my spirit
Halahapa to
animal.
you. Yeah.
That's what I said. He's my spirit animal. I love him. He's my Indian Elon Musk. And so the thing about Polymarket is that the people, like, they're visible. You can see the accounts that are winning, so you can just hitch your wagon to their horse, no?
Yeah. It's the same thing as with the crypto. If you know the whale wallets, then
Yeah, but to find a whale wallet, I don't even know how to find a whale
well,
wallet.
now it's hard because now they know that people pay attention to those.
Yeah.
There are these whale wallets that are there just to get people to buy certain
Oh my
retail
God,
assets.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, so that's gonna happen on Polymarket.
Well, not yet though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Gotta get it.
Exactly.
Gotta get it.
Yeah. And Polymarket is essentially, it's like an option. Like, it's basically the same dynamics as an option. You're betting on the volatility space and on people's propensity to believe the yes or no at any given time point. So yeah, there's all kinds of strategies. There's Trevor from Trader Post who's talking about how his friend does. He'll only bet on things that are 80, 85% and higher,
right? Because
it's such a high probability that he's going to win. He'll pick up the 10, 15%. He's not looking for, 100 times his money.
Right.
He's looking for give me a few pennies and just does it again and again and again and again and again. So yeah, it's a huge healthy space. It's growing and growing and growing. I think we got a couple of years before it becomes
years
out of reach. But for right now, there's other things we need to do. There's other things we need to build. For example, Rocket Sunday. Peter, over the last couple of weeks, we've talked about this idea that I haven't really been very clear to people that Sunday nights, generally Saturday to Sunday and Sunday nights, is a perfect opportunity to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin generally goes up after that period of time.
Right.
It could waver and waver, but generally goes up because of the dynamics of what goes on over the weekend. Doesn't always, but it goes up. And I said, hey, I should put together a strategy that just takes advantage of this. And when I say I should put it together, I say everyone screamed at me and said, Tom, I can't believe you're sitting on this information. You haven't let anyone know. So I did. If you want to show my screen here, Peter, you'll see for a second that this is a strategy. This is a Bitcoin strategy that's going to be added to the Sacred Prophet Library Super. I'm sorry, I've been watching Expedition 33, which is a French game. So sometimes my French will just show up. Will just pop up every now and then.
Super.
And
in a bit.
Exactly. And so the profitability for the strategy is 85% profitability on the trades. This is over the last 2 years. So over the last 2 years, this pattern of Bitcoin going up on Sunday, Saturday to Sunday, happens 85% of the time. It's accurate. And accurate enough that you could place a bet that you won't lose all your money. Has a profit factor of 2.1, and only a drawdown of 15%. Which means what? Means we can apply some leverage, baby. We can add some leverage to that. Add some leverage to that. Add a 3x leverage, not even 50x leverage. Because that you have to go through a roller coaster ride. If you did it without leverage, you would have made over the last 2 years. Sorry, is it the last 2 years or last year? Am I doing this wrong? Last year. So since January this year, if you did the strategy, you would be up 38.9%. All right.
All right. Just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. Do we have to make a correction? When you say profitable, 85% over the last 2 years, do you mean 1 year?
1 year. Yes, 85% profitability over the last 1 year. It's between 67 and 80 something percent profitable, depending on the year. And this is since 2022. So that's you would have made 38% or 39% gain on your profits if you're running the strategy. If you take a look, let's just take a look at the S&P. If we take a look at the S&P real quick, the S&P over the last year did, 1 second here, Peter, just one moment. Let's switch this to 12 months. S&P this year did 12%. So 12% this year on the S&P. Versus 38% on this Rocket Sunday strategy. And if you add leverage to that, let's say we add 3x leverage, you'd be up 122%. That's right. You'd more than double your account value if you're running this strategy over the since January 1st, 2025. So this strategy is going to be added to the Sacred Profit Library. Yes, it's coming soon, folks. The new library is coming soon with all kinds of new goodies, indicators, and strategies, because we need to be able to stack strats. We're all about stacking strats. Why? Because as you stack different strats, you stack diversification. Diversification.
What is this? Is this a dance you're doing?
It's a jig. It's more of a
jig?
sit-down jig. That's right.
Mm.
Right. Because as everyone's been seeing, if you're in the same sort of assets, you're in the Mag 7, you're in the crypto or whatever, you're all correlated to one. Right? You're all correlated to global liquidity, all correlated to the same thing. And we are now in a new regime, folks. We are in high volatility. We don't know what's coming. Liquidity is not as prevalent as we expect it to be. Bitcoin should have been at $250,000 if we were like past cycles. It is not. We are sitting at a cool 88,000 on Bitcoin futures.
So, okay. So are you saying a few things here? You were talking about strategic diversification. This is what Ken Carson was talking about on a recent podcast, where people think about diversification as being buying different assets within the same bucket, but what you're talking about is something different.
Correct. It's true diversification, where the correlation between the different strategies are so different. The things that it's taken advantage of is so different that no one thing, no one event can cause you to lose a significant amount of your portfolio there. So, for example, we're talking about polymarket. Well, on polymarket, what we're betting on is, let's say, rates for what the rate cuts will be for the Fed. We're going to be talking, let's say we're doing also based on geopolitics. And then you're running a strategy that has to do with crypto futures, and then another one for prop firms, and then another one with long-dated options. All of a sudden now, you're long volatility over there, you're long war over there, you're long gold, central bank buying, hedging against the collapse of the financial system, but you're also long the financial tech. There's all kinds of different things as part of your portfolio. So if any one thing goes down, let's say you blow all 10 of your prop firm accounts, your life is not turned upside down. Whereas if you go all in on Bitcoin, like people did who bought it at 120,000, while they're sitting right now licking their sores, hoping it'll scab over.
Oh, gross. So the way I think about it is like you could have a train with various carts, and people think of diversification as having many carts on that train. But what you really want is a train, a plane, a car, a boat. That way, if the train goes down, you still got other means of transport.
Correct. Or even a better analogy, if I could take you back to the core from 2014.
The movie?
Yeah, you have this, it's all different compartments, and you can lose some of the compartments while the other ones still had the same structural integrity.
I think mine was better. Plus, I don't think most people have seen the core.
Everybody remembers the core. I don't need to save the world. I just need to save two. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so sad.
I love that movie, but I don't think I've met anybody who's really seen it. All right. Okay, good. Okay, tell me about your strategy from the
just helping you reset there for a bit.
Thanks. Thank you. Tell me about your strategy from the beginning. Start as if I haven't heard about it, because you kind of just talked about rockets and whatever.
Yes. So when I trade Bitcoin, one of the reasons we trade Bitcoin with VWAP is that we are looking for institutional patterns, right? Structural patterns, positional patterns. We're not trying to go on narrative or what Michael Saylor does, false prophet Michael Saylor does. We don't care about any of that. What we care about are what are these repeatable patterns that we could take advantage of inside of Bitcoin. We've had patterns like reversal Mondays. What happens on Mondays for Bitcoin? Generally speaking, the opposite happens for the rest of the week. We have sideways Saturdays where the price goes, there's low volume and the price moves in a tight range for all of Saturday. But there's one pattern, which I call Rocket Sunday, where Bitcoin, generally speaking, goes up and to the right on Sundays. Sometimes it dips beforehand, it goes up and to the right. So the idea here is that you can reliably buy Bitcoin at some point at a low on Saturday, ride that up to a certain profit level, and bank your winnings. And the question is, how often did this happen? And over the last year, it's happened 85% of the time. That means 85% of the time, Bitcoin has gone up and to the right on Sundays. So we see that over here. Bitcoin up and to the right. Bitcoin up and to the right. These are all from Saturdays to Sundays. I mean, that's where the low starts, and then it can go up for days after that. So again, up and to the right, up and to the right. Bitcoin constantly does this move. Now, sometimes this move is pretty significant. Sometimes the move is something like this, where you have Bitcoin that goes from a low here on the June 28th, and then rises 7% up to before it closes. Sometimes you have a big move like that. Sometimes you have a smaller move where Bitcoin just goes up maybe 1%. Sometimes even stays a little bit flat. But it happens about 85% of the time this year. And so we have a strategy now that's going to be added to the library. If you just want to hide my screen there for a second. The new library that's going to be coming, you can go back to the screen. The new library that's going to be coming is the new Sacred Profit library. It's not up yet, but you guys will get it soon. And it'll be inside of the Mana bundle, which will be all our strategies that's collecting money over time. Yes, it's a brilliant name, I know. Mana. And we're going to have the Rocket Sunday strategy that you're going to be able to add to your account and run the strategy yourself. Now, what I'm not saying here, Peter, what I haven't said is that there's actually quite a bit of other features to the strategy, but that'll be for members to find out. Yeah, you're like, Tom, why do I need your strategy? All I have to do is buy Bitcoin on Saturday, and what do I need to pay you for? You think I do you like that? You think I just sell you something you can do for free? Get out of here. No.
So wait,
all kinds of extra features.
So this is you have to pay for this?
Yes. Well, you'll have one of two choices. As usual, you can set up as an affiliate for one of our crypto partners. And if you deposit money inside your crypto account and you're going to be trading that crypto futures, if you have a certain amount deposited, you'll be able to get the access to the indicators and strategies for free. If you don't, which is most people just want to just pay flat out and be done with it, you can pay $500 per year. This is only for the first few people signing up, because we're going to have a Christmas special. You'll be able to pay $500 per year, and then you'll have access to all the scripts in the library and all the new ones that are going to be added over time.
Wait, $500 a year? That's less than a cup of coffee a day. I'm sorry, I just have to
substantially less.
I have to make it yucky, you know. Remember those ads back in the day to like donate to Ethiopians or something like that? For the price of one cup of coffee a day, you can feed this child. I could buy a cup of coffee a day?
No, anyway. I always turned that off immediately. I muted it, walked out of the room. I don't want to see
I will remember you.
Who wants to see poor people on TV in high definition? I walk over them when I'm walking down the street. I walk over.
Oh, really?
Them. That's when I get to see the poor people.
You get that close to old people? My goodness. I said old people, but I meant poor people.
They're right in front of the grocery stores. What am I supposed to do? Most of the time I get my stuff delivered so I don't have to see them, but sometimes it's just a piece of chicken that I really like, and they only sell at the grocery store over there. So you need to cross some homeless people in order to get to it.
Oh my God.
Hey, if people have a problem with that, they could stop paying taxes into the very system that causes these homeless people. Until then, I'm going to step over them. All right?
I think the taxes is the only thing that helps these homeless people.
Silence!
You know what? You know who I feel bad for? Canadian homeless people. Do you think they hear about the homeless people in California and they're like, oh, one day I'll be homeless in California. Oh, if they held up a sign in Montreal saying, I need $10 to make my way, I'm trying to make my way to California, I think all the homeless people would get all the money they need. People would be dropping $100 bills on them. You're leaving?
I spend a weekend a month. Just give me the bus. I'll drive them down. I'll drive them down. Any blue city you want, I'll drive you straight there.
Look, I do feel bad for them. Although I do hear that other places in the States or whatever, they ship the homeless people to California or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe Tucker Carlson, maybe Canada. So one's conspiracy theory. I don't know. But if you're if you're homeless and you're listening to this, get yourself over to California. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I don't have any means of transportation. Start walking. It's going to take me too long. What else do you have to do? Get to California.
And if you're not poor, which my heart goes out to all the poor people, but they're not watching the show, because the show is all for people who are believers, who are called, and who like alpha. And for that, you need some cash. $500 a year, not expensive. What will be expensive is what I'm charging $2,500 a year, which is going to come pretty quick. Because if you think I'm just sitting around here trying to give you stuff for free, you got another thing coming.
You sound like a scammer, Tom. Con artist.
In the movie Deep Impact,
Okay,
all right, it didn't matter how nice you were. If you could not get into the safety zones to get to make it to the next generation, who cares? First of all, if I'm the leader in the next generation, after the flood, after the collapse, after the whatever, I'm not writing down that we left a bunch of homeless people and disenfranchised people before. I'm going to say they all were dead anyway. So what are we worried about? Get yourself into the ship, then mourn the fallen. What, you want to live forever? Starship Troopers, deep cut. All right.
Okay.
So before
We're not
we
running.
get,
None of us are running for office ever.
oh, I can't. Are you kidding me? That was over. That's
Right.
over. That was over circa 2001. I'd say.
I have stand-up
Finished.
comedy videos that I want to upload to TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know. Some of the things I've said, I don't need to be worrying about that for the next 10 years as the Overton window changes and the words you can't say and the jokes you can't make, start. The jokes we said just, less than 10 years ago on stage, half of those jokes, we would totally be screwed now if that was on the internet.
To be fair, it wasn't even appropriate for that Overton window. So that's the issue we have. This is why we can't run for office, because no matter what Overton window you have, we're not acceptable. So hey, lean into it. All right. So I want to talk about in a little bit the night token from Cardano. But first, I do want to go over the levels for the week ahead. Not all the levels, because I realize now people are not really going to care so much about the. I want to be pointing out the general trends here, all right? Because frankly, you guys should get the indicators and you have the levels on your chart. You don't need me to repeat every single one of them. But I do want to bring up a couple of things here, Peter. Do you guys remember how last week I was talking about Bitcoin? And I said, this is Bitcoin last week. Remember? So Bitcoin was over here last week. And I said, because we had one rise up, two rise up, that we're probably going to have a third one, right? In this bear flag. Right. This is the bear flag I talked about. And I said, the likelihood is that we're going to head down here. Okay? That's what the pattern usually suggests. Now, I was expecting potentially that the rise up would be as far as the unmitigated level here at 99,000 for Bitcoin. Right? So I thought we would do 1, 2, potentially as high as here, and that's where I would have shorted Bitcoin, right? Right underneath the yearly moving average in red, and right at the the nearest unmitigated weekly level. We didn't even get there, Peter. We barely got to a higher high, just to say that we did. So here, 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 and then we've rolled over since then. So the likelihood here is that we will fall, all right? Now, because of the Rocket Sunday strategy, I do potentially expect that we're going to rise up here for a little bit. And I actually would not be surprised if we did a beeline for 99,000 and then rolled over. But suffice to say, that's sort of like me wishing over here last week that we'd go up. What we're seeing right now is that liquidity is drying up and Bitcoin is about to fall to a newer low. How low could it go? If this is potentially confirming the bear market, we're looking at around $50,000 to $56,000 on the low end for Bitcoin, right around here. Okay, if that's where we're headed, we'll see. It does look like that's the case.
Wow.
If we close above 99,000, 98,000, and we hold there, then I'll change my tune. But I pay attention to the weather patterns that we see right now. Also, when we take a look at the liquidity, the offset liquidity of 78 days that we were looking at this summer, we've also peaked in liquidity and we're about to roll over. There'll be some liquidity added later on because the Fed is injecting $40 billion of liquidity per month into the repo market. But that's no guarantee that that money makes it into the broader economy. Remember, when the Fed is buying T-bills, what they're doing is financing the debt of the government, right? The bills are to finance the debt of the government, and they're supplementing the reserves of the financial institutions. That does not mean that the financial institutions have to lend out any more money, and it does not mean that the money that the government is borrowing or monetizing, the debt it's monetizing, goes to you. So what will change my view? If Donald Trump decides, let's send direct money to people, then I'm back in the meme coin game business. I'm back into Bitcoin. Let's go up and to the right. That money's going to be spent to swip. All right. So if that happens, money's going to go in the hands of regular people, then fine. Bull market resume for a little while. If that's not happening, I'm not optimistic. We do have January that's coming up. January, which will be potentially the collateralization of debt. So since the stock market was up, even though it was up, what was it, 12% last year, it's still up. So that means there could still be capital that is released to the general, to the market, and we could have a rally. We could even have a rally in equities to all-time highs, because we see here, if we take a look at the NASDAQ and to the S&P, we're essentially near all-time highs, right? For the NASDAQ, we are 5% away, and something similar for S&P. Let's see here. Come on. 2% away on the S&P. So getting up to all-time highs, totally can happen in equities. In Bitcoin, not looking so good. Not looking so good. So I would not expect all-time highs for Bitcoin anytime soon. So what does that mean? That means that when we are, I would favor the downside for Bitcoin and also the downside for the NASDAQ and potentially the upside for the S&P. Depends how you want to go about doing this. For gold, we're seeing here gold is almost back up to all-time highs. Silver did eat it a bit last week, but there's no reason to believe that it won't still go up because the dollar has started to move down. So the dollar here, if we take a look at the dollar, we'll see that rise up to the top end of the range that we've been tracking now for the last several months since April of last year. The dollar reversed from there and it's headed lower. We're still in this zone, right? And this, although it looks like this sort of looks like that same pattern we saw in Bitcoin, right? Where we have this pattern here. So I would not be surprised to see the dollar fall. So if the dollar is going to fall, the best bet for that is gold. Not Bitcoin, gold. Because with the dollar falling, we have not been seeing Bitcoin rise up. All right? Go ahead.
Here's
what
we
want to be cautious for, bearish for Bitcoin, bullish for gold if the dollar falls, bearish for NASDAQ, and if you're going to go long in equities, long for S&P. But we're really in a wait and see period here with a bearish slant because all the liquidity injections, the rate cuts, all of that is not moving the markets upwards. And we're headed soon into the year-end, quarter-end options expiry, a window of weakness. So if anything bad happens, the markets will absolutely puke to the downside. And that's what it looks like it's set up to do.
Charles Hoskinson, I think Raoul Pal, the Michael Saylors, Tom Hartman, Sacred Prophet, you guys were all saying or seeing that Bitcoin was going to be 250,000, whatever, by already. But it's not. So is there any chance that you're wrong about this and the year ends and, we enter into January, February, and we're up at 250 and nobody saw it coming?
Absolutely. That's totally possible. But keep in mind, even though I was calling for $250,000 Bitcoin for this fall, I wasn't guaranteeing it. I was saying if these things were to occur, then we can see $250,000 on Bitcoin. And as long as the price continues in the way that it did, fine. What I had been saying ever since I was calling for 250 Bitcoin is that if we get October 20th was the end of what's supposed to be the bull market in Bitcoin,
right?
Timing wise. So I go, I'm not looking to be long here at Bitcoin. I said until the end of October, I'm not looking to be long. And so we didn't get to $250,000 Bitcoin. And we even peaked right around October 20th. So I said, okay, I'm done. There's nothing to really hope for here. It could rise up, but it's not. The people who were still calling then, the Tom Lees of the world, calling for $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, then 200,000, then 150,000, still calling for this big rise in Bitcoin. Those are the false prophets. Those are the buy Bitcoin sailors of the world,
Okay.
right? The pump your bags, the Eric Trumps of the world, because liquidity was showing us that was not going to happen. Bond yields are rising. The repo market is puking. Not enough liquidity. Fed has had to inject constantly, and we're not seeing it move in price action. Yeah, I get it. You're gonna be like, 10 days of whatever out of every Bitcoin bull market is like the time you have to be in for Bitcoin to rise. But there are other things that also happen at the same time. If you're sitting there thinking Bitcoin falls to 88,000, and then I'm going to bet that all of a sudden it's going to rise to 250,000, I go, okay, that's not really smart. It could happen, but you might as well just go buy meme coins and lottery tickets at that point.
Right.
We're watching to see what the weather is doing, and we were headed into a winter period. That's what we expect. So I said March is when I was looking for a peak. I said latest March. But it can happen before.
Watch out with that hand gesture. Elon kind of ruined that hand gesture. You can't point that way. Palm up, Elon. Palm up. Palm up. Rookie mistake. Right. Palm up. You can't be at a white supremacist Nazi rally and also put palm down. I mean, can't do those two things together.
He worked his entire life to be able to do the Hail Hitler salute after getting the oldest living Nazi elected to presidency. He earned his spot. He earned it.
Yeah. Okay, you talked about going to buy meme coins, all right? You say, go buy meme coins, go buy lottery tickets. The Knight token?
Okay, so I'm pretty excited. All right, just a little recap for what the Knight token is. What if I were to tell you? Let me give you the pitch here for a crypto coin. Okay, you don't even know what it is. You never even heard of it before.
Never even heard of it.
But I'm telling you, it's a from a layer one network. So it's one of the big guys. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana is one of the big dogs. From the network, what it is 7 years in the making. Now, what this coin is, because these coins, you want to consume them, right? You need them to be consumed in order for them to go up in value, the whole thing. What it does is that it adds a feature to crypto, to that crypto blockchain, that's unlike any feature that exists on any other platform. So in the same way that Ethereum brought smart contracts and Solana brought blazingly fast transaction per second and finality, this brings a whole other thing. All right? So you're like, okay, I'm interested. Most other meme coins are pump and dumps, right? But you're saying this is bringing technology. Yeah, absolutely. What's the technology it brings? Well, what if I told you that it brings privacy to the crypto platform, to Cardano? What do you mean? It means that just like you could have privacy in any other database or any other systems that you're using, where some information could be public and some information could be private, or all could be public and all could be private, that can happen on this coin. Now, this coin now provides that functionality to the Cardano network, so that when you're on the Cardano network, you don't have to build some things on the blockchain in order to have all the blockchain functionality, and some things off in traditional technology, so that you can run something that you can do all on the blockchain yet still have privacy. Oh, that's interesting. That sounds like a complete upgrade to the crypto system. Yes, but then I have to use Cardano, right? Wrong, you stupid idiot. You don't have to use Cardano. What if I told you that this token made it so that you can use multiple other platforms? You can use Bitcoin, you can use AVAX, you can use Ethereum, you can use Solana, that you can use that and still interact with this token and get all the privacy benefits without ever having to touch a dirty ADA token. What if I told you that? You're like, okay, I hear you. But then it's not really like a fair launch, right? It'll be 80% of the people in the All-In podcast who owns 80% of the tokens, just ready to dump on you. Wrong, you stupid idiot. Not that at all. It's a fair launch like any other fair launch. They distribute the Knight token, this token, to holders of not only Cardano, but any other one of the participating chains. That yes, you could never have touched a Cardano asset in your life, but if you have $2 million worth of Bitcoin, we'll give you some Knight as well. We'll give you some of this coin. You'd be like, what? What? Wouldn't that anger the people on the chain? They don't care about angering the people on their chain. What they care about is fair launch. And if that means that they have to piss off every person who's held Cardano over the last 7 years, so be it. And you know what? Most of the people in the Cardano space are totally fine with that, because we're here. We're here for the people. We're here for the new world. We're here for the institutional rails that'll bring financial systems into the new century. We're like, hey, that sounds like pretty good.
Sounds like it's pretty good.
I mean, it's hard for me to argue with that. I'll get free tokens and I could just have privacy on my network. And the more we use it, the more it can become profitable. I mean, I would imagine a token like this would be upwards of $20 per token, $100 per token.
Yeah.
It's going to be super high. No, you stupid idiot. It's only currently 6.5 cents. That's right. Launched just a few days ago on Binance and different type of exchanges. This coin has fluctuated between 11 cents and 4 cents on the Kraken network. Actually, I think it was up to $1 on Binance, but then they dumped it all. They dumped it all into, it went even down to a penny. Who cares? You expect that big, crazy candle at the beginning. After that, the question is, we have this this price consolidating here at the bottom here. So it did go up because of the hype all the way up to 8 cents on December 10th. That's where the drop happened and everyone was all very excited. And then afterwards, it fell precipitously. It did, it pulled the safe moon and it was down 51%. Fine. And since then, it's been consolidating for a couple of days and now it's now up 40% from there. All right. So you can get this coin at 6.5 cents. This is a coin that has all the benefits of a meme coin. All the benefits of a meme coin, right? There's hype. It's floated up to everybody else. It provides functionality to all kinds of different networks. It's new. It's shiny. It's a safe moon type of investment. It brings you safely to the moon.
Don't say that.
But it's so cheap.
Is it Elon backed as well?
It might as well be. Some say, although this is alleged and can be proven in the court of law, some say Elon Musk and Charles Hoskinson, best friends. Who's saying that? Oh, who's saying that?
I don't know. Who's saying
I heard it from someone.
I heard it from someone too. Yeah.
Sounded suspiciously like the voice of my own head, but I did hear it from someone. But no, so you have all that meme stuff, you have all the interest and all the hype and all the money going. It's being integrated with all kinds of different systems, Brave platforms, crypto platform. This is the first Cardano native token that's launched on other dexes and sexes for people to be able to buy, and it reached over $1 billion in valuation in the first day. First time it happened. And at the same time, you have all the unbelievable genius technology of the nerd chain for Cardano. All those people were like, well, you're gonna spend 7 to 10 years trying to build something new. Yeah, we did it, motherfucker. We did it. It's here. Okay? We have all that benefit. Every one of us ADA holders participated. If you've ever voted for ADA, if you've ever held ADA, you are part of the Cardano and Knight community. Yes, I will wear that badge. But Peter, you can make fun of me all you want, but I am not ashamed to be a Cardano head. Is that what we call ourselves?
That's not what we call ourselves.
Google it real quick. I have no idea what we call ourselves. I'm not ashamed. So you guys want to go and get this coin, because if you don't want to get the coin that allows bringing privacy to any one of these chains, literally upgrades all your freaking L1 networks. Yeah, your network too. Yeah, your network. It upgrades your network. No, not yours. You're on Hex. Get out of here. Beat it. We're talking about real networks here. You don't know what you're talking about. What are you even investing in? Why are you even bothering? If you're going to buy a meme coin, now's the time to buy it. And buy it like while Bitcoin's down. Don't buy it while Bitcoin's down. This is, Peter, this is like the Luna token, but good.
Shout out to Alfred Dog in the chat. Hello, good to see you. Shout out to Samantha Barley in the chat. Good to see you as well. Hope you're liking the stream. Hey, why can't I bring up Samantha's chat here? What's going on? Alfred's coming up more than once. All right, sorry, Samantha. You got. Oh, there she is. There she is. Really appreciate this. Okay, Tom, we talked a lot. We talked about a lot here today. I can't get this girl off the screen. Oh, there she is. Oh no, she's back again. Hang on, give me a second. Oh, it's bugging.
I think if you click it again and again and again more, it'll work.
It'll work. All right.
Yeah, I think that's what you should do.
Look, I can just get rid of it that way. Folks, we talked about a lot today on Sunday Fuel. We talked about the night token. We talked about what Bitcoin is expected to do. We talked about, what else did we talk about, Tom?
Rocket Sunday.
Rocket Sunday, new strat incoming. It's super exciting. If you haven't liked and subscribed to this content, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Is there anybody out there? Show me one other crypto podcast channel out there where you have two black guys, one wearing a suit jacket, one wearing an orange jacket with wood table and MX Keys Master Mice. Show me one other podcast like that. And I will eat my hat. I don't own a hat. I will eat your hat. Send your hat into P.O. Box 103 683 Drive. This has been a fun show, Tom.
It's very difficult to find two black Canadian national socialists. Very difficult.
I'm not a national socialist. Hey,
no, I misspoke. I meant something else.
We're living in a world with AI, all right? There's no hiding anymore. Every word you say can be picked up now.
Peter, I'm living on borrowed time. I know I'm about to have an AI robot knock on my door at one point. It's like, Tom, you have to come. I know.
Don't you want to know what we're charging?
Can I say bye to my kids first? No? Oh, it's okay. All right. Don't
you want to know your charges? Look, let's not play games here, all right? I know why you're here. Let's just go. All right. Can I plead guilty now? Do I get a reduced sentence if I jog to the car?
Long live Bibi Netanyahu. Does that get me? Nothing?
Is that a get out of jail free card?
Oh, Peter, sorry, watch the Superman movie. Did you watch the Superman movie? The 2025 Superman movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was about the Israel and Palestine conflict.
Wait, is it?
Yes.
I can't remember.
It was one country invaded another. It was the whole thing was. I was like, wow, this is pretty on the nose. They even had someone who looked like the bankers in Hogwarts as the leader of the bad country.
Oh my god. Oh
yeah.
I have to rewatch it then. No, I'm too busy hating on Pluribus. All right, no spoilers except to tell you it's fucking boring. And I was listening to Glenn Greenwald. He was doing this talk. He was talking about Pluribus. You know, it's not what his channel is about, but he was talking about Pluribus. And he was like, oh, you know, it's like, you know, people these days, they don't understand, you know, when things are slower. Breaking Bad was slow to start, and Better Call Saul. Like, I remember watching Breaking Bad going, this is really slow. It took 3 seasons for me to get into it. Season 4 was really good. I know about slow. I have no problem with slow. Okay, I watch A movies, B movies, C movies, okay, web films. I don't care about slow. The thing, it's not about, it's character development. There's no character development.
No character development.
There's no development at all. We're laying the foundations for what?
That's right.
It's so boring. Now, apparently there's people out there who freaking love it.
Why don't they just call the show Karen? and just be done with it. Why are they even pretending to be anything else?
Don't get it.
If my wife or anybody acted this way in apocalypse, I'd be like, can you just jump off a bridge and be done with it? What are you talking about?
This is what I don't get, okay?
Possibly act this way.
Look, this is what I don't get, okay? Breaking Bad, okay, slow, boring. There's other boring shows. The characters might be boring, but or nothing's really happening. You know, they're brushing their teeth, going on with their business, but their actions are congruent with what's happening in the world, right? It's normal that you're watching them spend 15 minutes brushing their teeth and making toast because it makes sense in the world that they're in. This lady, no spoilers, her actions do not reflect the epicness of what's going on around her. So her being like normal in that environment makes no sense.
It's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
And the other characters say that.
The other characters like, you have
wrong with you.
Okay, no spoilers, no spoilers. Oh my God. So aggravating. Look, I'm hate watching it now. I'm gonna have to wait for the next 3 episodes to come out because I can't. Sam told me she watched episode 7 or the one that just came out, and she's like, "It's the most boring episode yet." I was like, "What? How is that even possible?"
Yes.
Anyway, this is no longer a show about crypto. This is a show about Pluribus. All right, tune in next week for more Pluribus hate.
This is the best Expedition 33 Pluribus podcast on the planet, the one and only. All right, so you want me to do a quick wrap up here, right? For
we already did it, but we already did. I think we're good.
Awesome.
I think we're good.
All right, guys, it's 6 o'clock. Futures market is open. Bitcoin is moving up a little bit.
How's your bot doing?
It was doing great until it took 8 bad trades in a row. We'll see what it does. It's fine. Oh God, look at that. Jesus criminy.
Can I show you
see what happens? Yeah, you can. Yeah. So this bot, the scalp, this is the dual bot that is also inside of going to be in the Secret Profiting Library. It's there right now. You guys just don't have access to it yet. It generates about a 60% profitable trades with an acceptable drawdown. Because of my Profirm account, I actually need a drawdown that's less than $2,000 in order to maintain the account. So that's what the experiment that I'm running. So we'll see. Some days it does 10 great trades in a row. Some days it does, like it did the other day, 8 bad trades all at once. And because it's a negative RR strategy, those bad trades are pretty bad. But who cares?
You do negative RR.
Yes. You sort of have to do negative RR with scalping. Unless you have perfect entries or something like that. I'm gonna keep optimizing these scripts, but you need a negative RR because with Profirm accounts, you're not there's no benefit to caution on the small scale. It's sort of like you got to get to a payout. And the more trades you take and the longer you take to get there, the more chances you are for things to go wrong. So it's like, well, just get the payout then. And if you can't get to there, blow the account out and move on and start again.
Right.
Because what are you nursing this for? You can just pay $50 a month for an eval account for the next 3 months because you don't want to blow it out. Just blow out the account and try it again. Now, you can't be reckless. That goes against the rules. But if you have a negative RR strategy, you give yourself more room to actually go ahead and make those gains. If I make my strategy not negative RR, it loses all the money immediately. That just shows you how well it works, how negative RR can work. And some people even do super negative RR, which I'm not there yet. But eventually one day, we're going to have one of those strategies on the site. Okay, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Futures are open. Can't stay here with you losers. Not you. Not you. Those other people. All right? If you're not a subscriber to me, if you haven't liked and subscribed, you haven't signed up to the service, frankly, I couldn't care less what happens to you. I'll step over you, get into my chicken at the grocery store just like anybody else. All right. All right, folks. Nope, sorry. That's not the one I wanted.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Exactly. Evil is a point of view.
It says the evil person.
Let's just wrap it up. Let's get out of here, folks. Thank you very much. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.